Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers. Welcome to a brand new video for today. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, as you can tell, it's Star Trek again. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the Dominion War. Now, the Dominion War was based around Star Trek Deep Space Nine from at the end of Season 2 up to Season 7. Now, you do have some very, very good conflicts in Deep Space Nine with the Dominion. We have the battle to retake Deep Space Nine, the battle at the last episode with the Battle of Cardassia, when they bring in the Breen and the Breen ships. So many good space battles and everything going right. But in this, I'm just going to talk about the Dominion War from the end of Season 5 up to Season 7. Basically, the later stuff in the Dominion War with the conflicts. So, what started off the Dominion War is Captain Benjamin Sisko mines the entrance to the wormhole by using cloaked mines. So, with the Jem'Hadar and the porter of the Jem'Hadar, aka Wei-Lum, with the Cardassians, would not allow this because Sisko is stopping them from building their fleet up. So, thinking Sisko's doing the right thing, the Cardassians and the Dominion go and attack Deep Space Nine so they can retake it and get the name back to Terok Nor. So during this battle, you have the warning of General Mortarch, or Commander Mortarch, in this point, because he does become General and then he becomes Counselor. The Council of the Klingons. So I absolutely do like this battle at first, because when you see the Defiant just there trying to mine the entrance, and then the Jem'Hadar ship's going to attack the Defiant, and then this fantastic decloaking of a Klingon bird of prey, decloaks and attacks the Jem'Hadar ships, and it fails. The Dominion basically fail with the Cardassians because they're really there and they looked absolutely paid off at this point, saying, it's not going well. When you have the Defiant and the Klingon ship leaving the area as the mines are decloaking. So when you get back to Deep Space Nine with the Federation abandoning the station because they can't get the Federation fleet there in time. So when Sisko abandons Deep Space Nine, the one thing he doesn't know until later on the episode, his own son, Jake Sisko, is still on Deep Space Nine. But luckily, Jake's still got friends, aka Quark, Rom, Lita, the Bajoran woman, with Kira Nerys and Odo. Even though Odo does become a little bit obsessed with the female changeling later on. So then after that, you cut to the bit with the amazing scene with the Defiant and the Klingon ship joining the Federation and Klingon Armada fleet. Where in this you see a few designs that we always see in Star Trek. So you have some Excelsior, classes, Galaxy classes. You have some other classes that are really, really great in design. And then, of course, when you get to Season 6 Deep Space Nine, they actually have took a lot of a battle. And you see a few ships towing, like tractor beaming, aka towing, an Excelsior class with hull breaches and leaking plasma. And then Captain Sisko loses his temper because he finds out 14 ships out of 112 has survived the last battle. So then he punches his fist through a glass table in a very bad temper. And then, of course, Chancellor Ross ends up putting Sisko on a space station instead of in the Defiant. Now, I love Sisko when he's in charge of Defiant, because when he have that old power module and he goes, take a good look at this, people. This sends a good, hard message to the Dominion. This says, we will keep on fighting until we can't fight anymore. I absolutely do love that bit with Sisko. I love the bit when they commandeer a Jem'Hadar a Jem'Hadar bug, the Jem'Hadar bug ship. And then he gets into Cardassian territory and the Dominion territory, and they end up crashing, having to have a Klingon bringing them back. Now, I love the bit on the planet where you see Sisko and the Federation with like Mars O'Brien, Julian Bashir, Garak, Cadet Nog, you know, Julian Bashir, Jadzia Dax. So you got them all on the ship, like on this planet, because the Jem'Hadar ship goes crashing down. Now, I absolutely love it when you have the Dominion and the Jem'Hadar, well, basically the Jem'Hadar and the Porter there. And I love the way Sisko talks, where they're going, the Jem'Hadar are one step ahead of the Porters. And I love as it goes, you can still stay one step ahead. And then when you see the Jem'Hadar coming in to attack, they are ambushed by the Federation because the Porter set them up to fail and they end up dying because they're losing the drug carousel white, which is pure for the Jem'Hadar. And then, of course, after that, you get to the battle of retaking Deep Space Nine with Sisko's plan. Now, I absolutely do like the Dominion War with the battle to retake Deep Space Nine because you have a big, massive fleet of Cardassian and Jem'Hadar ships, where the Federation are a little small fleet. And to be honest, the Federation do get their asses kicked at the first part of this battle, until later on they are saved by the Klingons. Because when you hear Chancellor Log going, "It's the Klingons, sir," they're here and they're open firing, and the Jem'Hadar are dying with the Cardassians because of the Klingon fleet, and the fight makes it through to try and stop the Dominion getting through the wormhole because they have created a sonitronic beam to dismantle the mines, the mines, the cloaking device. Now, again, when you see the Defiant parked in the middle of the wormhole, you have some great CGI stuff in that, which I do absolutely do like that fantastic sort of events going on. I have to say, for the literally for a few more battles, even though we do have a good episode in Series 6 where Captain Sisko is talking to himself how he had to bring the Romulans into their side of the war by faking a convo of the Cardassian and the Dominion talking about the invasion of Romulus. Now, again, the Romulan Senator does find out, but halfway through, Garak basically puts a bomb on his ship, and the Chancellor dies with the node of the talk between the fate talk between Waylum, Gul Dukat, and the Jem'Hadar, and even with the Founder about the invasion of Romulus. And then, of course, it brings in the Romulans into the war. And then, of course, in the final episode of Deep Space Nine Season 6, you have that amazing battle of the Chaknoktuk system, where you basically end up having Jadzia Dax die because of Gul Dukat opening the Parvs into his body, the evil prophets that live in the fire caves of Bajor, where Sisko is the emissary to the ones in the wormhole. The prophets in the wormhole. Sisko becomes the emissary to the prophets, where Gul Dukat is their emissary to the Parvs. Again, when you get to Season 7, yeah, okay, it's a bit difficult to say for Season 7, because in Season 7, for the first half of the episode, Sisko's on Earth because he's not on Deep Space Nine, because after the death of Jadzia Dax, he literally says, "Oh, I'm leaving," end of this, in a way. And then he meets Ezri Dax, and then when they return to the station, everybody's just there shocked because they're like, think because of Jadzia, and then you got this new Dax walking around saying hello to people she knows, and then she goes, "Worf, me and you need to talk," and Worf's just like going, very Klingonish. Now, I love the battle with the Dominion where the Klingons go and to get Jadzia into Sto-vo-kor, where they go and attack a whole Dominion fleet yard and make the sun go supernova by going into warp in the sun. So that was kind of a good little bits of battle. Now, I absolutely do like the second battle of the Chaknoktuk system, because where you got the Federation going to reclaim that system that the Cardassians and the Dominion lost back in Season 6. Yeah, in this one, the Dominion actually make a new ally, aka in the Debreen. Now, the Debreen in their ships have this special sort of weapon that when it fires, it can actually knock out a starship's power. And we actually see the destruction of the USS Defiant. And then, of course, yeah, everybody survives. They get into the escape pods. And then when you get into the next few episodes later, like Sleep Dogs, something like that, you get a new Defiant. Now, it's called USS Sampol, but they have permission to rename it the USS Defiant. So, again, you got a new Defiant, and then in the final battle of Deep Space Nine, you have a fantastic sort of battle, and it does end the war with the Dominion losing, where you got the Romulans, the Federation, and with the Klingons going to invade Cardassian space, and then later on, in the middle of the battle, the Cardassians switch sides. They literally leave the Dominion side and go into the Federation alliance, so they end up going to save the Cardassian homeworld from the Dominion, because that's what the Cardassians want in the end, because of... Not because of Gul Dukat, because of... I can't remember his actual name. Damar! That's it, because of Damar. Because Damar sees what the Dominion are like in this war, and he goes and creates a rebel party against them, and he does die in the final episode of Deep Space Nine, when they are there screaming, go, "For Cardassia!" I absolutely do like Deep Space Nine. It's one of my favourite Trek shows, really. It's my my fourth favourite Trek. I do have to say that. It did used to be in third place, but Star Trek Picard took over it. I have to say, even though the Dominion War is very long and complicated, but from Season 5 to Season 7 of Deep Space Nine, I absolutely love those conflicts war, especially when you go into Season 2 with the introduction to the Jem'Hadar, where they actually go and collide into a Galaxy-class starship. And you see it explode with just one massive hit straight into the engineering section of the Galaxy class, which I've got up here, which is the big Enterprise D. So the Jem'Hadar ship literally flies into it and like so. So anyway, let me know what you think of Star Trek: The Dominion War. Do you think the Dominion War could have ended a lot better? Do you think it could have ended in the movie version? Because they did plan to do a Deep Space Nine movie to end the Dominion War, what I've read on our website, even though they were going to do exactly the same with Voyager until so on. But for me, I love the whole lot of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I'm going to do a whole review on Star Trek Deep Space Nine soon. I'm going to, after I've finished rewatching Star Trek Voyager, because I'm actually halfway through Season 2 now. I've literally got 2 more discs for Season 2, so that will be... Season 2 will be out some point next week, hopefully, fingers crossed. I absolutely am going to do a whole review on Deep Space Nine season by season, like I'm doing with Star Trek Voyager. So I will be talking about Deep Space Nine a lot more detail, especially more detail in the Dominion War when I rewatch it, because I haven't watched Deep Space Nine for a hell of a long time. I haven't watched it for over a year, actually. Oh dear. Yeah, I haven't really watched it for over a year. And I've still got some of it in my mind. I know all the battle scenes and stuff, which I just spoke about, but certain episodes aren't in my mind, really. Same with Voyager, but I'm rewatching Voyager, and it is my second favourite Trek show. I do have to say, if you haven't seen my review on Star Trek Voyager Season 1, do check it out. There will be the link at the bottom for you to go and click and watch the review on Star Trek Voyager Season 1. So, thank you for watching. Please remember to keep your shields up and stay away from any Jem'Hadar ships if you can help it. Do not hide in any nebulas, because the Jem'Hadar sensors can track you down immediately. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day tomorrow, and join me for another Doctor Who video tomorrow before I go to work again. And I hope you have a good evening and a good day tomorrow. And live long and prosper, Trek fans. And to me Doctor Who fans, see me tomorrow for another Doctor Who content video. So live long and prosper, and see you in the next video.